What's up, everybody? Hazel here, and today I am doing the Do I Have That Book challenge / tag. I discovered this challenge when Haley from Haley in Bookland did it, and I will link her video and the original video down in the description. It is a list of 20 different kinds of books, and the challenge is to see if you own a book that fits that description. The challenge was originally supposed to be, see how fast you can find these books, and the fastest time wins. But I didn't really follow the rules, and I took my sweet time finding the books, so I'm not doing that part of it. For me, the challenge became only using one book by any given author, because there are like 8 of these that I could have used my favorite author, and I decided to mix it up a little and challenge myself that way. The first book is a book with deckled edges, and for this I have The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth. I know a lot of people hate deckled edges, and I don't love them, but I also don't hate them. The second book is a book with 3 or more people on the cover, and for this one I picked The Ghost Tree by Yvette Landry. The third one is a book based on another fictional story, and since I love retellings, I have a ton of those, but I went with Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. The fourth book is a book with a title exactly 10 letters long, and for this one I have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This was one of the more difficult categories because a lot of titles were either just under or just over 10 letters, but I eventually found this one. The fifth one is a book that has a title that starts and ends with the same letter, and for this one I have Sweet Black Waves by Christina Perez. The sixth book is a mass market paperback book, and I have quite a few of these, but I went with The Last Mermaid by Shana Abe. The seventh book is a book written by an author using a pen name, and for this one I picked Everless by Sarah Holland. I don't know how I originally found this out, because it took a little bit of digging for me to find it again, but Sarah Holland is the pen name of Sarah Gerton, who is also an agent. Number 8 is a book with the character's name in the title, and for this I picked Levin Thumps and the Gateway to Fu. This is a book I read way back in middle school, and I picked it up again because I had really fond memories of it, and I wanted to see if I still really liked it. Number 9 is a book with 2 maps in it, and I am choosing to interpret this as 2 or more maps, and I picked The Plague Dogs by Richard Adams. This book doesn't have maps in the front like most books do, but as these dogs are traveling across the countryside, it gives maps of their journey. And it has 3 or more maps, so I'm counting this one. Number 10 is a book that was turned into a TV show, and I picked The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I hate the TV show, but it exists, so it counts. Number 11 is a book written by someone originally famous for something other than writing, and for this I picked As You Wish by Carrie Elways, who is obviously originally famous for being Wesley in The Princess Bride. Number 12 is a book with a clock on the cover, and this was really hard, but I eventually found Serafina by Rachel Hartman, which has some tiny clocks right there, so I'm counting it. Number 13 is a poetry book, and I don't really enjoy poetry, so I don't have much, but I do have this little book that's Poems of the Irish People, and it's just a compilation of a bunch of little poems by or about Irish people and folklore and stuff like that. Number 14 is a book with an award stamp on it, and for this one I have Scythe by Neal Shusterman, which won the Michael L. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature. Number 15 is a book written by an author with the same initials as you, and I kind of had to cheat for this one, because I have Of Beast and Beauty by Stacey J., which you're probably thinking, hey, Hazel, that doesn't start with an H, that doesn't fit. But Hazel is actually a pen name I use for writing and book-related things. My real name is Sarah Johnson, so S.J. I don't have a book with the initials H.E., so I had to count this one. Number 16 is a book of short stories, and for this one I have How to Fracture a Fairy Tale by Jane Yolen. Number 17 is a book that is 500 to 510 pages long, no more, no less. And for this one I have Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, which is 509 pages. Number 18 is a book that was turned into a movie, and since there are so many of these, I obviously have a lot, but I decided to go with one that I actually like the movie adaptation as much as the book, and so for this one I went with The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Number 19 is a graphic novel, and I don't have many of these, but I do have the graphic novel adaptation of my favorite book, The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. And the last book, number 20, is a book written by 2 or more authors. And for this one, I have Mostly Void, Partially Stars by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. This is actually transcripts of the episodes of the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, which is a fictional podcast written by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. I used to listen to the podcast, but I'm not very good with auditory media, so I bought this book so I could read the episodes and fall in love with them all over again. And that is all the questions in the Do I Have That Book challenge/tag. I don't really have anyone to tag, so if you see this video and you haven't done it yet but you want to, consider yourself tagged. The links to my Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram are in the description. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!